In today's video, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and mysterious cases in history, the identity of Jack the Ripper. You might have heard about the notorious serial killer who terrorized London in the late 19th century, but did you know that his true identity has been shrouded in mystery for over a century? Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to help us grow our channel. In the fog-choked alleys of Victorian London, a ghost once walked, one shrouded not in cloth, but in myth and mutilation. Between August and November of 1888, 5 women, Marian Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. They met their deaths in Whitechapel, their bodies butchered with such grotesque precision that the name Jack the Ripper carved itself into the psyche of a terrified city. Despite over a century of investigations, documentaries, books, films, and forensic re-examinations, no definitive answer has been found to the question that continues to tantalize and horrify. Who was Jack the Ripper? Was he a mad doctor? A prince of the realm? A foreign lunatic? Or a cunning woman hiding behind a male persona? The theories range from the credible to the fantastical, and somewhere between the blood-stained cobblestones of Mitre Square and the locked archives of Scotland Yard may lie a truth too monstrous to face or too dangerous to reveal. From the beginning, the Ripper's killings suggested a hand well-versed in anatomy. Police at the time speculated the killer had medical training due to the swift removal of organs such as the uterus and kidneys. This theory lent weight to the suspicion of medical professionals, including Sir John Williams, Queen Victoria's surgeon, and Montague John Drute, a barrister and schoolteacher with dark tendencies and alleged instability. Don't forget to subscribe to help us grow our channel. Yet modern forensics casts doubt on the necessity of surgical skill. Slaughterhouse workers and butchers would also possess the familiarity with viscera needed to commit such acts. Could it have been a butcher who walked the streets in blood-smeared aprons, invisible among the everyday filth of East End markets? If so, then the illusion of medical precision might have been another mask, one carefully designed to mislead and mystify. One of the most sensational and long-lived theories suggests that Prince Albert Victor, Duke of Clarence and grandson to Queen Victoria, was the killer. Known for erratic behavior and whispered scandals, Albert was rumored to have fathered an illegitimate child with a commoner. According to this theory, the Ripper killings were orchestrated to silence those who knew too much. Supporters of the royal theory argue that high-ranking officials, including Sir William Gull, were involved in a Masonic cover-up, protecting the monarchy's reputation at the expense of lives. But critics dismiss it as elaborate fiction, noting Albert had alibis and that no evidence directly connects him to the murders. Don't forget to subscribe to help us grow our channel. Still, the theory's persistence reveals something telling: our need to believe that such evil could only originate from the corrupted heart of power, that monstrous crimes must have monstrous origins. Few consider the possibility that the killer might not have been a man at all. Yet several contemporary witnesses described seeing a woman near the murder scenes, often dressed in a long cloak or shawl. Could the Ripper have been a midwife, covered in blood without suspicion? Such a woman would have been skilled in anatomy and could move freely through the night with bloody clothes unnoticed. Some point to Mary Piercy, who murdered her lover's wife and child in 1890 in a particularly gruesome fashion. Her crime bore similarities to the Ripper's: slashed throats, overkill, a sense of personal vengeance. Piercy was executed for her crimes, but could she have had earlier victims? Don't forget to subscribe to help us grow our channel. The Jill the Ripper theory remains a fringe hypothesis, but it answers a critical question. How could someone have moved so freely, so invisibly, through a city on high alert? A woman underestimated and overlooked might be the most chilling theory of all. If Jack the Ripper existed in a vacuum of logic, perhaps it's because he never belonged to this world at all. Some radical theories propose the killer was not of the 19th century, but from another time or dimension. These ideas, fueled by the Ripper's ghost-like evasion of capture and the baffling precision of his murders, entertain the notion of a time traveler or even an entity feeding on human fear and suffering. One peculiar piece of lore speaks of spring-heeled Jack, a supernatural being from British folklore, known to leap great heights and terrify victims before vanishing. Some believe Jack the Ripper and Spring-Heeled Jack are one and the same, transformed by myth or perception over time. It's a stretch but not an entirely unthinkable one when no conventional theory can neatly solve the case. Don't forget to subscribe to help us grow our channel. Even more speculative are accounts of strange lights seen on the nights of the murders, tales of policemen hearing whispers that faded like smoke, and curious gaps in official reports. Could an otherworldly explanation be the last resort of reason in a case that defies every earthly attempt at resolution? Dozens of letters were sent to police and newspapers claiming to be from the killer. Most are believed to be hoaxes, written by journalists or members of the public feeding the frenzy. But 3 stand out: the Dear Boss letter, the Saucy Jackie postcard, and the From Hell letter, the latter of which arrived with half a human kidney. The From Hell letter's crude spelling and unpolished tone contrast sharply with the others, leading some to suspect it may be the only authentic message from the murderer. If true, then Jack wasn't the articulate psychopath of legend, but a barely literate man whose brutality outpaced his mind. And what of the kidney? Some scientists believe it matched a removed organ from Catherine Eddowes, suggesting a chilling authenticity. Others say it was a ghastly prank. No definitive conclusion has been reached. The letters dangle like bait, fragments of a puzzle that leads into a deeper abyss rather than toward the light of truth. Don't forget to subscribe to help us grow our channel. In 1888, Whitechapel was a storm of poverty, violence, and desperation. Witnesses came forward, and some credible, others possibly deranged or seeking attention. Over time, files disappeared, testimonies were lost, and crucial leads went cold. Could the truth have slipped through the cracks of history simply because it was too chaotic to preserve? One account, buried in old police records, described a man seen fleeing the scene of a murder wearing a peaked cap and carrying a small black bag. He was never identified. Another spoke of a figure in clerical garb, muttering to himself and trailing blood near Hanbury Street. The investigation was overwhelmed, underfunded, and ultimately defeated by the very chaos that birthed the Ripper. What if the real killer confessed in an asylum and was dismissed as delusional? What if a diary was written, now crumbling in an attic? These unknown accounts remain tantalizing phantoms of possibility, drifting just beyond reach. The most impossible theory of all is that Jack the Ripper, as we know him, never existed. Not as a person, but as a legend stitched together from unrelated murders, societal panic, and media sensationalism. Some criminologists argue that only 3 or 4 of the canonical 5 killings bear enough similarity to be the work of the same person. Don't forget to subscribe to help us grow our channel. In this view, Jack the Ripper is a creation and an amalgam of fears, a myth born of real suffering but amplified by rumor and hysteria. If this is true, then the killer has no face because there was no single face to find. The identity we seek may be a fiction we ourselves created to impose order on chaos. Why does Jack the Ripper still captivate us? Perhaps because he remains unclaimed. He exists in a space of perpetual mystery, immune to time and science, always just beyond discovery. He is both a historical figure and a specter, the embodiment of evil in an age that thought itself civilized. The case continues to evolve with new technology. DNA analysis of Ripper evidence, like the shawl allegedly found near Catherine Eddowes' body, has reignited debate. Some believe the killer was Aaron Kosminski, a Polish barber with a history of mental illness. But contamination issues and flawed methodology cast shadows over those findings. Even science, it seems, cannot pierce the veil completely. To know Jack the Ripper is to confront the limits of knowledge and justice. He's a ghost story told in blood, a cipher without a key. Whether he was a madman with a knife, a royal gone rogue, a vengeful woman, or something far stranger, he remains an open wound in the annals of crime. Thank you so much for joining us on this chilling journey into the legend of Jack the Ripper. If you enjoyed the mystery, the theories, and the haunting history, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more dark tales hidden truths, and untold stories to life. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Got your own theory about Jack the Ripper's true identity? Drop it in the comments, we'd love to hear it. Thanks again, and remember, some mysteries are meant to be explored.